Yeah, getting almost down to the end of the ones that I had in my display case, and this one happens to be a British one that is one of my favorites out of all the Brits. And still using that site so far, man. They seem to be the best on describing stuff. You can find these bayonets on a lot of knife sites for just selling antique types. It's just a lot of them just tell you what it is, but they don't give a good description. And this happens to be a British pattern, 1888, and he's showing an MK1. Oh, he is showing the same as mine. Okay, MK1 Type 2 Lee-Metford bayonet. And unfortunately, I don't have the scabbard for this, or sheath or whatever, but very well made, double edger, and nice thick steel. And on markings, like a lot of my British ones that are old, it's got markings up the ass. The ones that stand out, like right up here, it's really hard to show you guys because of the light, but it shows a rather large crown, and then under that it just says VR. And then on the other side, it's got an arrow, and then under that WD, and then a little crown, and hard to make out the letterings under that, and then an X. And a lot of them, man, they just get stamped up because they're used and used and used and used. Anyways, I will give you the information on this one, at least what they got. It's a double-edged bayonet originally manufactured to fit the pattern 1888 Lee-Metford infantry rifle. These likely saw service in the Boer War and World War I. They're very functional and of high quality manufacture, and this is very high quality as far as I'm concerned, man. The puppy is built good. Hilt incorporates an odd-shaped pommel with push-button internal spring latch steel crossguard. The grips are of wood. They're usually held in place with 2 brass rivets. It's got the 2 brass. This is the second pattern. First one had 3, and on the second there is a little hole above here where you can squirt some oil in, which I guess runs down to the locking mechanism and whatnot. Hilt, let's see, yeah, 2 brass rivets and an oil hill is present behind the second. Blade is double-edged type, unfolded with a medial rib that runs from the recassa to the blade tip, and brightly finished. This would have been really, really shiny and just fancy looking. And let's see, since this is the second type, yeah, first type had 3 brass rivets in the grip. Second one, which is this, 2 brass rivets and an oil hole, clearance hole at the rear of the second rivet to the butt of the handle. MK2 oil clearance hole is no longer in the grip, but in the pommel. Rear rivet is closer to the pommel. This was the first of the series intended solely for the Lee-Enfield infantry rifle. MK3 metal hilt is browned. The grips are held in place by 2 screws / nut sets or whatever. Various British proofs and manufacturer marks are usually on the recassa. And bring up my thing here so I can see what I'm doing, man. Very hard to see, but yeah, take my word for it, that area is marked up big time, man. There's all kinds of proofs stamped in it. It's just something that they did. And let's see, one that he's selling was made by Robert Mull and Sons of Birmingham, England, in the mid 1890s. It also bears the X blade proof mark, broad arrow over WD, War Department, government acceptance mark, and unique Birmingham inspector's number. Yeah, some of them may have different numbers, man. It's like a lot of mine, it's pretty damn hard to make out. Yeah, I can't really say who made this. Let's see if he gets to that big crown. Yeah. A little bit different on his. Yeah. He's got a different maker, man, on his. Like a lot of the stuff, they just had different people making them, but nonetheless cool. And this is another one, man, where I just had to go into Yahoo to look it up. The site's kind of goofy on that Arms to Armor one. You kind of gotta just if you can go into the site and see what he's got for sale, but you're better off once you figure out what you got. If you want to find out information, go into Yahoo, whatever, and just looking up pictures and type in the name of the bayonet, and then a lot of the times it will bring up this site, and then you'll get the information. Because I don't get this. He's got it under the same link, just Arms to Armor / bayonets, and then the file. So don't know why I cannot find how you link to this from the site. I keep going straight to the sale ones. And the sheath on this puppy, let's see, I don't know if they had variations on that or not. Let's see. Scabbards are of blued steel mounted brown leather. I have seen black. Single elongated oval frog strut. This bayonet was the predecessor to the British pattern 1903 series. So frog kind of looks like, or I mean the scabbard kind of looks like the Spanish one that I just showed, just short and a little bit fancier. And I haven't ever seen one of these in a gun store or pawn shop or anywhere that's got the scabbard in one piece, because it is leather. I was lucky to find the Spanish one, because a lot of the times the leather just dries up and it disintegrates, or just age just eats away at it. So that is the end of this video, and I'm going to keep adding. Each time I find a link that's got this much information, man, I'm just going to add it to the dang video so you guys can click on this and read it yourselves, and or check out his site to see if you can look up stuff that you're trying to identify. So once again, off to the next bayonet, man. And let's see. Holy sheep shit, I'm down to the last one, and that's going to be the fun one to look up. So have another vid up here soon.